Just going to take a little roll around the neighborhood. This is a pretty bumpy street. Just give me an idea how bumpy all the tech on the bike is. Right now I've got the iPhone mounted on a Peak Design Out Front Mount Pro V1. On the underside of the mount is a action camera style mount for my Ace Pro 2. And one of the main tests today that I'm doing is what the mics sound like. I have a Rode Micro Bluetoothed into the phone through the Rode Capture app, which is what you're looking at when you see my mug. And then I have the new Mic Air from Insta360 paired to the action camera. I think you can see it in the video there. Both of them have the dead cat on. It's a little windy today, especially when I'm headed east. So we will see how they do. Try to find the balance between good audio and video. And right now, obviously the phone is in portrait mode, and I'll use that for like a picture in picture for the action cam footage, which is in landscape mode. So I messed around with just doing vertical for like vlog style stuff. I think for the most part I yammer on too much, and since these are going on YouTube, I think it makes more sense to do it in the landscape mode overall. But being able to do portrait is nice, because then that can be integrated into the footage as a picture-in-picture. Little beer line trail cut through here. And we'll go by Terrapin Station, and then I'm just going to stop for a second somewhere along the way here, and maybe, I don't know about this park, Snail Crossing Park here. A River West icon for children's of all ages. And we'll go by Terrapin Station up here. One of our friends redid the album cover from Grateful Dead's Terrapin Station on the front of the garage of the Airbnb they've got. Pretty cool. Helped them do a video to try and raise funding to complete the scene by getting a couple of like human-sized turtles built to go in front of the Terrapin Station. It's just on the left here. Complete with railroad tracks and lanterns and all sorts of good stuff. So if you're a Dead fan, that's probably a stop for you if you're in the Milwaukee area. Just roll through the neighborhood here. A lot of times I like to use alleys just because there's a lot less traffic, and you know, it's kind of peaceful back here. Pretty good wind right there, right here. See how that actually sounds on the microphones. Hopefully I can do a little this and that with those microphones and say, this is this one, this is that one. My goal here isn't to make this too complicated, so that it's easy enough to get out and do quick rides or even long rides that include some video. And yeah, Wonderland Diner there. Headed back down Fratney Street, which is the street the shop is on. Quite a few of these speed humps. They are welcome additions to try and keep the speed of the traffic down. Fratney Street, at least on this part of it, is actually a bike boulevard. And we're going to take another little chunk of the beer line trail over here. When I was a dummy before and forgot to turn the phone camera on, this is where I did a quick stop just to take a look at the setup. Oh, well, thank you, exercise ring. Should probably turn that down. Anyway, I'm gonna flop the bike around so I've got better lighting on the. Thank you for. All right, quick stop here. I'm standing alongside the bike, and I'm going to take out my other camera and just do a quick look-see on the mount setup. Boop. Video. All right, so there's the iPhone on the out front mount, and looking at the side there, you can see it's angled up, obviously, to look at my mug. And then the Ace Pro 2 is kind of hanging on the bottom of it there. So, pretty simple setup. I mentioned earlier about the mount having a little rattle and hoping that maybe that's taken care of in the version 2, but here's what I'm talking about. See that? And then even a little side to side like that. I'm assuming that maybe the newer cases and the newer mount have a slightly different interface so that they're a little tighter. I don't remember this happening with my iPhone 12, which is what I originally had when I got this mount, but pretty simple setup. All right, we'll do a U-bangy here. And continue on down the road to the shop again. Rolling by Martin's Place. Just up here on the left. This was a big stop during the River West 24. Pretty cool place. Quite the wind in my ears right now. I believe it was a Usinger sausage factory or something. Some Clements maybe. Some sausage factory from the olden days. And trying to find the smooth spots for the road here. Heading down Pierce Street back to the shop. So hopefully I covered what I wanted to. In the first version of this, I did a lot more narration of the neighborhood. Maybe I'll just use that Action Pro, whatever it's called, Ace Pro footage, which I was narrating to, about all the stuff that happens in this neighborhood and kind of some history of it, and River West Grown there, which got all your plants and whatnot. Very nice day. Probably, I don't know, 72, 73. It's mid-August, and we got a stretch of beautiful days coming up, so hopefully I can get out a little more and do some more cruising around the city and maybe doing some just narrated tours of things I see, like La Cocina del Sur restaurant right here. Directly in front of me is a old battery factory that was used during American Motors days here when they actually assembled cars in Milwaukee. So anyway, probably as successful a ride as I was going to get, and see how these two different microphones and two different cameras pick up the audio is my main issue, I think. Video I'm happy enough with for what we're getting. Workout paused.